making the most popular quilt pattern of this year, but with my own twist, full of color and joy. It's familiar, but also new, and I cannot wait to show you how mine turned out. I have seen so many beautiful quilts this year, and they've given me so much inspiration. Honestly, with all the creativity that's out there, I really don't think quilting will ever fade away. But there's one quilt that's been especially popular, and today I'm excited to try it myself in a way I've never done before. And I'm making mirror blocks. The first one, the colorful fabric, is on display. We're making a plus in the middle, so we need a big 2.5 by 5 inch piece and two 2.5 by 175 inches for the top and the bottom. And for the background, with the white fabric, we need 4 2.5 inch squares and 4 2.5 by 1.25 inch rectangles. And let's see what we get once we combine all these pieces. Ah, so cute! Let's sew! You know, those truly are my favorite kind of patterns, the ones where we get to mirror our blocks, because more often than not, I'll make a block using two fabrics and wonder how it would look if I flipped it around, and now I get to see it firsthand. And I absolutely love that I picked solids for this one. I don't get to use them that often. It doesn't really work with all kinds of patterns, but for this one, it is absolutely perfect. Let's press and trim. And this is our very first block. And now we do it all over again, except this time the middle plus is white and the colorful fabric is the background. So let's go. I'm not sure how many versions of this pattern there are, but I saw this one as the Scrap Stash Plus quilt by Emily Dennis, and I fell in love with this version because she makes this in a rainbow wash. So yeah, you know how much of a big rainbow wash fan I am, right? This white plus is looking pretty awesome as well. To be honest, I cannot decide which one I prefer. How about you? As for the sewing, I first sew the smaller pieces together, then I divide the block into 3 rows, and then finally I sew the 3 rows together, and that's that. Super simple, super quick to make, and hopefully it will look stunning once we're done. Let's see if I'm right. Here are our 2 mirror blocks, all 6 inches of them. Time to make 28 more, which means 14 of each. I think it's easier for me if I cut all the pieces in one go instead of just making one block at a time, since we will be using the same fabrics for both blocks. So all it takes is for us to cut one complete set of pieces out of each fabric for the plus and the background. And I'm a big fan of doing bulk work. You know, cut all the fabrics, then sew all the fabric in steps, then press it all together. On one hand, getting into a routine helps quicken the process and relaxes the mind because you don't need to be as focused on what you're doing. So you get that free flow feeling I love so much when I'm quilting. Also, I think there's this psychological effect of watching all the blocks come to life one step at a time that makes it feel quicker and easier. So I always like to do it whenever I can, especially chain piecing. Now, I'm not sure if I have enough blocks to make a rainbow wash like Emily does, so I haven't really decided what I'll do. But whatever I do, I am absolutely certain it will look stunning. And as far as using scraps go, for me personally, using leftover jelly roll strips works better. First, because I always have leftover jelly roll strips. Because I rarely make entire quilts for my videos, there's always some lying around. So this is the perfect project to use them up. Also, because using strips makes sure that I have enough of the same fabric for my blocks. If I use scraps, I can't really be sure I'll have enough for all my pieces, and the time I'll spend making sure is something I'd rather avoid if possible. And now that I think of it, this will look absolutely awesome if we do it only using 2 fabrics. Can you imagine something really dramatic like black and white? I am definitely adding that to my list. And before you know it, we are done with our sewing. Time to press and trim this real quick so I can show you our lovely blocks. Look at this. Ah, stunning. And now to decide the quilt pattern we'll be making with these lovely plusses. We can go the obvious route and just make rows of them. We can mix them all up. I like it, but not my favorite. What if we split the whole thing into two? You know what? I like this more than I expected. But you know, I have to make a rainbow wash. I just have to. So I'm just going to do that and it'll be a surprise for you. And then by the time I'm done, you will let me know if I did the right thing. Let's sew this real quick. This is a 6x5 block quilt top, so I am sewing my rows first. Nothing to it. I sew the 2 pairs first and then I sew the pairs together and that's about it. Now, after I've sewn my rows, I always like to press them before moving on to joining the rows into columns. I find that this gives me better control over the whole thing, and that's important when you're nesting the seams to make sure everything goes smoothly. And to be honest, the nesting the seams part is where you find out just how perfect you did all the other steps. If they nest perfectly, you're good. If some are larger than others, it can be stressful. However, some patterns hide their flaws much better than others, and this one is pretty forgiving. And because I don't press my seams open, by nesting the seams, I mean joining the seams together with one seam to the right and one to the left. We are done with our sewing. All we need to do is press one final time so I can show you what this looks like. And spoiler alert, it looks pretty awesome. And this is what we get. Our scrap stash plus quilt done out of leftover jelly roll strips I had lying around. How quick and fun was this to make? A new favorite for sure. I love it, I hope you do too, and I will see you soon. Bye bye!